In the timeless hush of village out of time, where Lemonade's lasagna walls hummed like a lullaby against the eternal roar outside, Paradox paused mid-shadow weave, his crimson fur prickled, amber eyes narrowing at nothing. The air, clean here, mercifully free of the void's moldy rot, suddenly carried a distant yip, a puppy yip, sharp and desperate, slicing through the bamboo like a crack in the veil. Rocky, curled on their shared nap pile with Fishll's tiny 6-inch form, blubbing bubbles into his paw, lifted his bushy tail. "Babe, you okay?" That's not just a riff, that's a kid crying. His teal eyes widen, chubby frame unfolding like a worried blanket. Fishll blubbed curiously, orange comet tail swishing innocent as ever, oblivious to the hell brewing beyond the haven. Paradox's shadow coiled tighter, black wisps leaking from his balls like ink in water. It's an echo from Fire's guys, a closet monster, but this one's got teeth in the heart. He stood, grey cloak billowing like storm clouds around his frame, rune staff humming faintly in his paw with etched glows of ancient words. No solo jump this time. Rocky's ball on his arm was anchor enough. We go together. The portal ripped open with a suck of rotten air, the veil's fracture belching embers and mold spores. They tumbled into Rafey's world, a crumbling earth-variant suburb, where the ground squelched underfoot like overripe decay, and the skies blazed in never-ending fire. Ash rained soft as snow, but it burned where it touched. Black pants twisted sparse along the cracked sidewalks, their thorns guarding clusters of pulsing void fruit, forbidden orbs whispering just one bite to the desperate. Rafey's house loomed at the end of the block, a sagging husk of windows smeared in fresh blood, tiny paw prints pressed against the glass. Inside, the 6-year-old pink husky puppy huddled under his bed, fluffy pastel fur matted with sweat and tears, big blue eyes wide as saucers. His little collar jingled faintly with each shuddering breath, tail tucked so tight it vanished into fluff. "It's in the closet," he whimpered to the shadows, voice a squeak lost in the distant hill screams. "Only I see it. Glowing eyes, like fire fruit. Mommy said it's not real, but it wants me." The monster knew they were coming, as Paradox and Rocky burst through the bedroom wall in a swirl of shadows and portal static. It uncurled from the closet like a nightmare uncoiling from sleep, flame-eyed silhouette, a body writhing mass of black plant tendrils, tipping with moldy thorns. It lunged with a rasp that echoed Rafey's own fears. "Pink pup alone. Mommy's ash now. Rot awaits you." Rafey yipped in terror, scrambling backwards, his tiny paw scrabbling on the floorboards as it reeked with damp decay. Paradox's shadows latched out, coiling the beast mid-air, his cloak whipping like a veil against the embers while the rune staff pulsed with a warded light. "Not today, Echo. You don't touch the fluff." Rocky scooped Rafey in his arms, raccoon tail wrapping protectively around the trembling pup. "Shh, little guy. You're Rafey, right? Brave name. We're the good shadows. Got a fish who eats bad dreams." Fishll portaled in a bubble by Rocky's intuition, blubbed encouragingly and darting close enough to nom the stray tendril. The monster recoiled, but its resonance hummed deeper, a vibration burrowing into the air, making the room's walls creak like cracking lasagna. That's when Lemonade hit the scene. The trillion voidling hive-mind swarmed through the fresh rift, a buzzing storm of microscopic specks coalescing into towering, shimmering silhouette of layered energy neutron crust glinting like weaponized sauce. "Yo, flame-eyed freak. You think hot stuff with those vine arms. I've crushed bigger posers than half a sheet. Hold still while I wrap you like the chump you are. The whirs boomed, a trillion voices singing in savage harmony, trash talk echoing off the fire skies. Voidlings dove in, harvesting raw crust from the beast's core nuclear pasta phase shit flashing. Gnocchi blobs compressing into spaghetti strands, then slamming into unbreakable lasagna sheets. The monster thrashed, its echo warping Rafey's yips into a piercing whine that rattled the warp forming around it. This pup's voice is too pure. Voidlings fracturing, trillion minds glitching. You hear that crack? Pathetic echo. You're done. Step up or get buried. But the resonance fought back. The lasagna orb spider-webbed with moldy fissures, embers from the eternal sky seeping through like invasive whispers. Lemonade's form flickered, a voidling swarm popping like overboiled bubbles. The hive strained under the weight, cracking my bonds. Cute. But if you preach, I'll personally nom your echo ass layer by layer. No mercy. The risk hung heavy, one full shatter, and the echo would flood the room, moldy rot invading Rafey's lungs, fire screams turning the pup's closet into a gateway for the hell void itself. Paradox's guilt, shadows, tightened flashes of his own lost grove. Family echo he couldn't save, his runes laugh flaring brighter as he gripped it like a lifeline. We can't just seal it, or lemonade unravels. Rocky affirm it, rewrite the fear. Rocky cradles Rafey close, the pup's pink fur a soft anchor against his chest. Whispered fierce, Rafey, you're worthy of cuddles and safety, cherished even in the dark. No monster gets the last yip. The words rippled out, emotional lasagna binding the cracks. All hands, frenzy ignited. Paradox wove echo threads, shadow strings tuning the resonance like a cosmic guitar, threading Rafey's crayon scribble, a wonky red panda hero clutched in the pup's paw into the weave, his gray cloak swirling like a protective fog. Lemonade overcloaked the hive. Extra layers, no takebacks, garlic void breath for the win, you glitchy ghost. Rocky anchored with more affirmations, his voice steady despite the void fruit cravings flickering in his eyes, a bitter echo of his own spiral. Fishll darted in, blubbing, a bubble that popped against the orb, tiny numb pressure sealing the fissure. The lasagna stabilized, infused with the shared memory bubble. Rafey's drawing plus Rocky's nap dream of infinite bamboo and Lemonade's survival zinc burn. Trash the thread, build the home. The echo quieted to a soft snoring hum, flame eyes dimming to the puppy's sleep glow. Breach averted, but faint scar sheets lingered in the orb, a weak spot whispering future threats. Rafey blinked awake in his bed, the blood smears gone, closet door creaking open to reveal nothing but a shadow puppy guardian. Fluffy echo husky, with a lasagna collar, tail wagging faintly. You came back. The pup murmured, hugging the toy close. Outside, the fire skies roared on, but for now the rot held its breath. Back in Void's edge, the crew collapsed into a hug circle, Paradox nuzzling Rocky's ear. Lemonade swarm settling like exhausted fireflies. We almost lost the sauce, but family fixes everything trumps. Rafey's yip echoed faint in the orb, a thank you or a promise. Paradox says no more solo dives, especially for pups like him. Rocky grinned, tail fluffing Rafey's imagined ears. Echo's a nut, he's a brew crew now. And in the distance, Fishll bubbled, a bubble that burst in pink fireflies, hope flickering against the never-ending blaze.